Once, in the heart of the sparkling blue sea, there was an island named Haiti. The whole world knew it by another name, a name that sounded like a song. La Perle des Antilles, the Pearl of the Antilles. This island was a true jewel, a place blessed by the sun and kissed by the gentle waves. Its mountains were tall and green, so green they looked like they were draped in velvet blankets. The soil was so rich and dark that anything you planted would grow strong and tall. Sweet fruits hung heavy from the trees, and the air was filled with the sweet smell of sugarcane fields swaying in the soft, warm breeze. The island was a land of incredible wealth, a treasure chest overflowing with nature's finest gifts. Rivers flowed like silver ribbons from the mountains down to the sea, their waters clear and cool. The forests were deep and mysterious, home to birds with feathers of every color you could imagine. These birds sang beautiful songs from morning until night, their music a constant celebration of the island's beauty. The people who first lived there, the Taino, treated the land with love and respect. They believed the island was a living thing, a mother who provided for all her children, and they cared for it with gentle hands. But one day, big ships with tall white sails appeared on the horizon. Men with pale skin arrived from across the great ocean. They saw the island's riches not with eyes of love, but with eyes of greed. They saw the gold that glittered in the rivers and the coffee beans that grew dark and plump on the bushes. They wanted to take all this wealth for themselves, to carry it back to their own lands far away. They did not understand the island's spirit or the songs of its birds. They only saw a prize to be won, a pearl to be plucked from its shell. The newcomers renamed the island Saint-Domingue and turned its green fields into giant farms. They planted endless rows of sugarcane and coffee, crops that would make them very rich. But this work was hard, a kind of work that broke the body and spirit. To do this hard labor, they brought many people from the distant land of Africa. These people were stolen from their homes, put in chains, and forced to work under the hot sun. The island's song began to change. The happy music of the birds was now mixed with the sad sounds of people who longed for freedom, who dreamt of the homes they had lost. Among the people forced to work was a brave man named Toussaint. He was not a king or a general in the beginning. He was a man who worked with the horses, but he had the heart of a lion and the mind of a scholar. Toussaint could see the suffering all around him. He saw the tears of mothers and the tired faces of fathers. He heard the whispers of freedom that floated on the night wind. A secret prayer passed from one person to another. He believed that no person should be another's property. He believed everyone deserved to stand tall and breathe the air as a free soul, not as a slave. One night, under a sky filled with 1,000,000 bright stars, the people gathered. A powerful man named Boukman raised his voice, and it was like the sound of thunder rolling through the mountains. He called upon the spirits of their ancestors and the spirit of the island itself. This was the beginning of a great fire, a fire for freedom that would burn for many years. Toussaint heard this call, and he knew his time had come. He decided to lead his people, to guide them out of the darkness of slavery and into the light of liberty. He was ready to fight for their future. The fight was long and very hard. It was a story of incredible bravery. The people fought with whatever they had, their tools, their courage, and their deep love for the island. They were led by Toussaint, who became a brilliant general. He taught them how to fight, how to be clever, and how to never give up, even when things seemed impossible. Another great leader, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, fought beside him. He was a fierce warrior, his spirit as strong as the island's highest peak. Together, they showed the world that the desire for freedom is more powerful than any chain or any army. Finally, after many battles and many tears, the people won. They chased the pale-skinned masters from their shores and broke the chains of slavery forever. On the first day of the year 1804, Dessalines stood before his people and declared their independence. He gave the island back its old name, Haiti, to honor the Taino who came before. It was a moment of great joy and pride. They had created the first free black republic in the world. They were no longer slaves on someone else's farm. They were the masters of their own destiny, standing on their own sacred land. The world, however, was not ready to accept this new free nation. The powerful countries with their big ships and rich kings were angry and afraid. They owned slaves in their own colonies, and they did not want those people to hear the story of Haiti. They did not want the idea of freedom to spread like wildfire. So they decided to punish Haiti. They surrounded the island with their ships, creating a wall of silence. They refused to trade with Haiti, refusing to buy its coffee or its sugar. They tried to make the young nation feel alone, to make it starve and fail. Then, one of the powerful nations, France, came with a terrible demand. They said Haiti had to pay for its freedom. They said Haiti had to give the mountains of gold to pay for the property they had lost, the people they had enslaved. It was a cruel and unjust request. It was like asking a person who had been robbed to pay the thief for what was stolen. The leaders of Haiti faced a terrible choice. If they refused to pay, France threatened to return with its armies and bring back slavery. To protect their people's precious freedom, they agreed to pay this impossible price. This payment was a chain of a different kind. It was not made of iron, but of gold. For more than 100 years, Haiti had to send its money to France. The gold that should have been used to build schools for the children, hospitals for the sick, and roads to connect the villages was sent across the ocean. The island grew poorer and poorer. The rich soil was still there, but there was no money to help the farmers. The people were free, but they were trapped by this heavy debt. It was a shadow that hung over the island for many, many generations. The world's powerful countries continued to interfere. Sometimes they would send their own soldiers to the island, saying they were there to help, but often they just made things worse. They supported leaders who were not good for the people, leaders who took the little money that was left for themselves. This caused a lot of fighting and instability within Haiti. The promise of freedom was still there, in the hearts of the people, but it became harder and harder to build the strong and prosperous nation that Toussaint and Dessalines had dreamed of. The beautiful pearl was being slowly stripped of its luster. Through all these hard times, the people of Haiti never lost their spirit. This spirit is a special thing, a kind of magic. It is the strength you see in a mother's eyes as she works to feed her family. It is the laughter of children playing in the street, even when they have very little. It is the sound of drums beating in the night, telling the old stories of bravery and freedom. This spirit is the island's true treasure, a treasure that no one can ever steal. It is the legacy of Toussaint and Dessalines, a fire that cannot be put out by poverty or by storms. The Haitian people are artists. They paint beautiful pictures filled with bright, happy colors, showing the world the beauty they see in their island and in their lives. They tell stories just like this one, stories that they call crick, crack. One person calls out crick, and if you are ready to listen, you answer crack. It is a way of sharing history and lessons, of keeping the memories of the ancestors alive for the next generation. Their music and their dances are full of energy and hope, a celebration of life itself, no matter how difficult it may be. Today, Haiti still faces many challenges. The earth sometimes shakes, and powerful hurricanes come from the sea. There is still much poverty, and it is a daily struggle for many. But if you look closely, you will see green shoots of hope growing from the rich soil. You will see people working together to rebuild their homes and their communities. You will see teachers in small schools, sharing knowledge with eager students. You will see farmers planting new trees on the mountainsides, trying to bring the green velvet blankets back to the land. The pearl of the Antilles may seem like it has lost its shine to the outside world, but the people of Haiti know the truth. The pearl is not the gold or the sugar. The pearl is the strength, the pride, and the resilience of its people. It is their unbroken spirit. They are the children of heroes, the first to claim their freedom in this part of the world. And with that powerful history living inside them, they will continue to face the future with courage, ready to make their beautiful island sing its proud song once more for all the world to hear.